In this video, we are going to talk about JPA auditing. Before I start, let me ask you a question. Are you inserting created by, modified by, created date and modified date manually in your project? If yes, then let's understand how to insert these auditable fields through a better centralized approach. Basically, auditable fields mean created date, created by, modified date and modified by. You can find these 4 columns in any operational schema. If we talk about why these fields are required, suppose we have an operational schema called OPR and a table attendance. Inside this table, we will have emp_id, effective_date and a flag to check whether employee is present on this date. Now if I say who created data and when, who modified data and when, if we don't put those auditable columns in this table, we would not be able to track who has created and modified the data. Now question would be how to insert value to auditable fields. To insert value to these auditable field, first approach would be manually. Manually means add the value manually to the entity using setters, and while saving the entity, those value would be saved to the table. Second approach would be use of annotations like @createdDate, @lastModifiedDate, similarly on each entity class. So suppose if you have 100 of tables and 100 of entity representing those tables, you are going to insert all of these annotations in each entity class. Third would be use of entity listener and Spring Data JPA auditing. What are the benefits? A centralized approach to insert all of these fields, and second point, integration with Spring security is easy. Now let's understand use of entity listeners and Spring Data JPA auditing through practical. Now first I will show you the database. Here I have an operational schema called OPR and an attendance table. If you look at this attendance table, I have a empty table and emp_id, effective_dt, fl_present, and the auditable field created by, created date, modified by and modified date. So for this attendance table, I would require an entity to persist it from my Spring Boot application. Here I have a simple Spring Boot application. First I will show you entity corresponding to the table. If you go to entity package, you will have auditable base.java. If you look at the field in auditable base.java, you will find created by, created date, modified by and modified date, and all of these fields are annotated with created by, created date, last modified by and last modified date to take the advantage of automatic persistence of these fields. And if you look at auditable base, it is an abstract class and annotated with @entity listener, and value that we are passing to this entity listener is auditing entity listener.class. Now I have my field. I need to extend this auditable base class with my entity. So here I have my entity attendance.java and I am extending attendance.java with auditable base. If you look at my entity attendance, I have only 3 fields here, and the rest of auditable field I am getting from auditable base. Any table that I have corresponding mapping as entity in my package, I can directly extend this class and take advantage of auditable fields. instead of putting those auditable fields in my entity, I have extracted in a separate class called auditable base and extending each of my entity class with the auditable base. Now, apart from making a separate file and annotating with this annotation, we also require two more files. So if you go to my util package, you will find auditconfig.java. If you look at this audit config, I am creating a bean of auditor aware and I am passing this auditor aware reference where value is auditor provider. So it will return a bean of auditor aware. Next is auditor aware IMPL. This class I am implementing an interface auditor aware, and this auditor aware bean I am creating in auditconfig.java. And if you see this get current auditor, I am passing optional.of Byte programming. This name actually Byte programming will be used to persist createdBy and modifiedBy. If you remember, I have talked about Spring security. So what if instead of this optional.of Byte programming, I can pass who has logged in directly here, and this value would be persisted in the database. Now we have the code. Let's run the application and persist some value and modify the value. I am starting the application. And my application has started. Before I move to Postman to verify these auditable fields, I will show you my controller. I have created a basic endpoint Byte programming and JPA audit /attendance. Now let's move to Postman. I have put the endpoint Byte programming JPA audit attendance, and in the body I am passing emp_id effective_dt and present. So if I hit the endpoint, here you can see status is 200 and I can see the value created by Byte programming. If you remember, we pass through get current auditor, created date, the timestamp, modified by and modified date. So if you see created by and modified by are same because it is assuming that I am the logged in user. Let's check the database also. If I refresh, I can see the insertion Byte programming and the timestamp. Now let's modify the data. Now instead of true, I will make it false. Again send it. Now if you see here, the timestamp has been modified. Currently it is 8/21/21 and in the database earlier it was 2350. So if you refresh, you can see 2351. Now don't confuse with this 18/21/21 and this value 2351/21, because if you see this value 00.00, it is not a Indian Standard Timestamp. So if you add 530, that is a Indian Standard Timestamp, you will get 2351. And also this created by and created date will be null, because once you insert the data for the first time, created by and created date should be inserted, and subsequent modification those value could not be changed. That's why we have createdBy and createdDate null, but modifiedBy and modifiedDate is changing. This was all about this video. Stay tuned and subscribe for more upcoming video.